Good afternoon. I guess you wonder why I'm here. Let me tell you, give you greetings on behalf of Benjamin Todd Jellis, our president and CEO of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, known to most people as NAACP, celebrating its 103 years. The history is from lynching to now, what do we do with the political system? Thank you, Professor Mellon, for putting it out. I have looked at the New York City model, and why did we join in this? Well, Ma Green will tell you I've been around the bond too many times on this issue, fighting for inclusion. I met someone outside, and I said to her that, she said, "You must be Hazel Dukes," and I said, "Yes." And we had a small conversation, and I said, well, I'm just not going to talk about African Americans and Latinos and Asians. I'm going to include women, because just a few weeks ago, it was 40 years after Shirley Chisholm. And we saw that clip, we saw the film, and we looked back at 40 years from since Shirley Chisholm, and of course Bella Abzug and Geraldine Ferraro. Where are we now? When you look at Congress, and when you look at the legislature, and when you look at county government. And it's all about money. It's all about money. I said yesterday when Liz and I had a conversation, some of the brightest minds want to serve in public, want to be public servants. I never wanted to be, I wanted to be the agitator. Right, Mom? Kick the butt of those who get elected and don't do right. But there are so many young people, and this is across the board of what we say as minorities, that include women and the growing population of Asians in our city, and just a comedy of people who have come here with good minds, love this country, and want to serve its people. I believe that public finance is the way to go. I heard someone say that the governor said he would like to see this. I'm glad he said that. He said the same thing about redistricting. He said, I'm going to veto it. And he didn't do it, so I'm not waiting for that. I think the people movement will get him to do it. And so that's why I'm here this afternoon, to join the movement. It's about time in New York State that we began to see public finance. There are too many people out there waiting for the wings, and some who are there, who cannot serve their constituents because they have to go out begging for money to compete. And so they do lose the benefit of the constituents that they serve. I was in Albany last week, matter of fact, last Tuesday, and we were knocking on the doors, met with the Dean's Fellow about the funding for school and all of that, and he kind of, looked up in the skies. I was talking to him. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, the people that fund me and give me money, they're not talking on the same language that you're speaking on. And so it is noted. So the NAACP, with the Fannie Lou Hamer project, the story of Fannie Lou Hamer, the woman who turned the Democratic Party upside down, they have looked at this same issue of funding. And so in 2001, the NAACP at our national convention, where we adopt resolutions, that is the policy for us, adopted a resolution calling for all of its branches, and we have thousands of people scattered across this great country of ours, to look at and support voluntary system of full public finance for elections. The resolution was supported by the Fannie Lou Hamer project, which called for reform that not only served to reduce corruption, or the perception of corruption in the political process, but would enhance political equality for all. And I think that's where we need to be in America today. We don't need all these PACs. I mean, I get sick. I have to turn off CNN when I hear about the PAC, how much Ron is spending, and where Gingrich is now, and where Santorum, closing down. Not that I think they're the best candidates, but they should have a fair chance to speak to Americans. And we the people, should make the decision who is the best candidate. So I think that to have equality for us as citizens, to really think that our vote really counts, is for men and women to be conscious that if we give our $25, if we give our $175, or whatever, that we are buying in because we believe that he or she is the best candidate, will represent the quality and life of what we all want. And it goes back to me for education. It just breaks my heart to have to fight to see what we are doing to public education. I'm not against charter school if any charter people are here. But public education, what we are doing to our children, and yet we talk about competing in a global market. And so to me, it's a corruption system going on in the political process for just the basic right of public education and access to health care. And so the NAACP has supported fair election NAACP Congressional Public Financing proposal that was introduced in the 111th and in the 112th Congress. The high cost of running, when I moved from Nassau County to New York City, I moved in the Lou Rudin building on East 68th Street. And lo and behold, I was reading the New York Times one Sunday before I moved from there. They said that was the place that every politician go. It was the highest district, zip code in New York City that gave money to candidates. I said, I'm in the wrong damn place. Let me get out of here. And so I soon made my way to Harlem. But I mean, just the idea that a zip code can say who can be the spokesperson for us, because they can go into that zip code and get thousands of dollars, while you and I might only have the 175, but still want the same thing that that group want and deserve under the Constitution. And so the National Voting Rights Institute has called public finance one of the best ways to ensure that meaningful political participation is available to all Americans. And so NAACP in its founding and its mission and goal statement is that every American should have the process for political, social, education, political rights. And so that's why I'm here tonight. That's why we're supporting the Brennan Center and its massive movement. And I join and ask all of you who are here tonight, become as ambassadors with us as we take this movement. Let this train run over the governor and anyone else that get in our way, because we really need it, and we need to set the tone. People look at New York City as the model for other places. And so we can do it here. They can do it anywhere. Thank you very much.